What's up, guys? This is Corey with Third City Gym. I'm back with another deck profile for y'all. Today we're going to be looking at a variation on one of my favorite decks, Darkrai Dragons. Today it's going to be Darkrai Dragonair. So let's get right into that. Before we get into that, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. It would really help us out. So moving on into the deck list. So first off, just like a standard Darkrai deck, we're running 3 Darkrai. We're going to be hitting the Dark Pulse button 90% of the time. Just a refresher, it does 20 damage, and there's an additional 20 more damage for each Dark Energy on your field. So we're just loading up a bunch of energy, and then dealing big damage with Dark Pulse. Darkrai is a relatively bulky 180 HP, 220 with a Fighting Fury Belt, so good stuff there. The addition to the deck is a 2/2 Dragonite, or Dratini, Dragonair line. Dragonair's got the attack Dragon Wish. For 1 colorless, during your next turn, you may attach as many energy cards from your hand to your Pokemon as you want. So we're using this to really just accelerate mad amounts of energy, potentially, during the next turn, whether it be just dropping a bunch of Dark Energy, dropping double Dragon Energies, and things like that. Just loading up so we can do a big Dark Pulse the following turn. Dragonair is a Dragon type, which helps us being that we can attach double Dragon Energy to it, and a double Dragon counts for 4 damage towards a Dark Pulse because it counts twice for Dark. So really good stuff. Ideally, we want to get this out pretty quick and get going. We're only running a 2/2 line because if we, for whatever reason, can't get it going, we can still accelerate energy and the double dragons and still be fine. So moving on, we've got 1 Giratina EX. Again, Giratina is pretty much going to be sitting on as just a bench sitter, being able to hold double dragon energies and things like that. But it's got the ability in Renegade Pulse, which is really strong in certain matchups and things like that, which prevents all effects of attacks, including damage, done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Mega Evolution Pokemon. So it really shuts out like Mega Mewtwo, Mega Rayquaza, things like that. And then it's got the attack Chaos Will, which again, in certain matchups, it can come in super clutch, but for a Grass and Psychic and 2 colorless, we get that with a double Dragon, so we don't have to get the Grass and Psychic. But it has 100 damage, and this during your opponent's next turn, they can't play any tools, special energies, or stadium cards from their hand. So it's a pretty good lock. Again, in certain matchups, it's really great, and we'll be shifting to primarily attacking the Giratina if possible, so really good stuff there. Next up, we have Salamence EX. 180 HP, Dragon. It's got the attack Beastly Fang for a fire and 2 colorless. Again, double Dragon kind of covers us there. But it does 10 base, and this attack does 50 more damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon EX. So this is really strong against decks that run like Koopa engines and things like that, whether it be Mewtwo, Rayquaza, Volcanion, other Darkrai decks. They drop that Hoopa, then they go get their 3 EXs, then we're hitting for 210 right there. So really good stuff. In a lot of matchups, we might not be really attacking with Salamence EX, but he can hold the double Dragon energy and help boost up the Dark Pulse. Next up, we've got 1 Hoopa EX, just kind of help get us set up with our Darkrai's and our Giratinas and things like that. And then finally, 1 Shaman. Traditionally, you would run 2, but bench space is really tight with this deck, running the Dragonair, so it kind of limits our options on what we can set on our bench. So just running the 1 Shaman, I think, is pretty fine. We can get it with the Hoopas and things like that. It's not too bad. Moving into our trainers and supporters, we've got 2 Escape Rope. Again, just a little bit of maneuverability. It's really great in decks like this. We don't necessarily want Dragonair stuck in the active, or even like a Hoopa or a Giratina before we can get the energy on it, or things like that. So being able to get out of the active when we need to, it's good stuff. Next up, we've got 3 Max Elixirs. Again, typically you would see probably 4 Max Elixirs, but deck space is really tight, and we're not attaching energy the normal way. Because of Dragonair, so not having to prioritize hitting every Max Elixir is pretty good for us, so we can cut down to just 3 count. Next up, we're running Professor's Letter, which is kind of making up for that Max Elixir space. So Professor's Letter lets us search our deck for 2 basic energy cards and put them in our hand. Ideally, we want to save these until after we Dragon Wish, so we can just go cycle through and get a bunch of Dark Energy to throw on the field. Next up, we've got a Super Rod, again, just a little bit recovery. 3 Trainer's Mail, just let us get her through our deck, get the cards we need, whether it be Professor's Letters, Escape Ropes, Floatstones, or any supporter that we need to get to. We're running 4 Ultra Ball, pretty standard stuff there. 4 VS Seeker, again, pretty standard. Running 1 Parallel City. This is our only stadium, so I have to be a little bit careful with it, but normally with the Parallel City, right now we're going to be dropping it to get rid of the Shaman and the Hoopas off our bench, but in certain matchups we can drop it to lower our opponent's bench, if against like a Mega Rayquaza deck, or even like a Rainbow Road type deck. Just kind of lowering their damage output is really good. Next up we've got 2 Lysander, pretty standard stuff there. 2 Ends, which again, pretty standard stuff, just good draw support. 4 Professor Sycamore, it's the best draw supporter in the game. 2 EXP Share. EXP Share is really good, helping us conserve our energy. If we've got these on the field, then we're not afraid for some of our Pokemon to get knocked out, whether it be a Dragonair or a Darkrai or stuff like that. We can still keep our energy on the field to keep our Dark Pulses powered up. Next up, we've got 2 Fighting Fury Belt. These are really just help to make like our Darkrai's a little bit more bulkier. Sometimes we can put it on a Giratina, which makes our math a little better, so we're one-shotting Shamans at 110. So good stuff there. Running 2 Floatstones. Again, we just need to get a little bit of that maneuverability, getting Hoopas and things like that out of the active before we can Parallel City. And then for our energy, we've got 4 Double Dragon. Again, this is what really like supercharges the deck. 1 Double Dragon energy on the field counts for 40 more damage for a Dark Pulse. So it's really good to have. Obviously, we can only attach these on our dragons. That's why we're running a healthy supply of dragons. And then finally, we're running 12 Dark Energy. Again, that's a lot, but we're wanting to put a ton of energy on the field in order to deal that big damage with that Dark Pulse. So anyway, guys, that is the deck list. So let's see if we can get into some battles right quick. Alright, it looks like this could be probably Decidueye, Vileplume, or maybe Lurantis. If I had to hedge my bets, I'd say it's some type of Vileplume deck, and we're not going first, so that's not good for us. We can still manage, but obviously we're going to be manually attaching everything at this point. We're not going to have access to our max elixirs theoretically, so... Alright, there's a weakness policy, so maybe Lurantis? Which if it's Lurantis, I'm a little bit more okay with that. Alright, let's see what we got. Okay, so Shaman start. We'll take that. Trainer's Mail. Okay, so he is getting a forest, so Vileplume is still in play. We'll have a really good idea after this Ultra Ball, so. Revitalizing a Lysander. Okay, so it is Vileplume. Get a Timer Ball. Oh no. He got both heads. Okay, he got 2 Glooms. He's probably digging for the Float Stone. Unless Vileplume's prized. Which would be great, but... So we get a livable... Okay, so it's... Lurantis Vileplume. And he gets the Ultra Ball, so probably gonna get... Let's see if he gets the Vileplume lock on us now. Oh, nope, he just got the Lurantis, okay. Energy to the Shaman. Alright, so we get a turn. Now we just have to capitalize. Alright, we'll do that. Ultra Ball, we'll get rid of the Dark Energy and the Max Elixir. Go get Hoopa, hopefully. Yep. Alright. We will Hoopa. Get a Darkrai. And a Giratina. Let's see, 1, 2. We still want to try to get a Dratini before we drop the P-City on herself. We'll put this on the Giratina. Go ahead and Shaman, set up for 4. Alright, that Ultra Ball will get us what we need here. Get rid of those. Go get Dratini. Drop the Parallel City on ourselves, which also doubles up because it'll lower his damage output, but you'd have to imagine he'll be able to bounce that stadium rather quickly. So that's that. We'll go ahead and Sycamore. That Super Rod was a pretty good get out of that. We can get that Dragonair back in the deck. We'll get the Shaman as well. And then we'll go ahead and Via Seeker. We'll get the N. Obviously we can't play it, but we just want to kind of prevent ourselves from getting item locked. Then we'll retreat, bring in the Darkrai. We're just going to drop the Escape Rope and bring back up the Salamence. We just want to get Lurantis out of the active. Alright. And I think that's all we're going to do for right now. Did we see a supporter last turn? He's Sycamore, that's right. Okay, so we had a Lysander. Alright, so we get another turn with items. Unfortunately, we're going to have to in him back into a hand. But we can go ahead and go get Dragonair and get set up for next turn. So we'll get rid of that. We'll evolve. We'll go ahead and Via Seeker for the Sycamore. And then we will Dragon Wish. So next turn we'll be able to play as many energies as we want. Hopefully get a big powered up Darkrai. He would have to use his GX attack if he wants to take the knockout here. He's probably going to go ahead and get the Vileplume now, I'd imagine. assuming it's in the deck. We haven't confirmed. Okay, so maybe it's not in the deck. That or it's in his hand. So I imagine we're just gonna see a flower supply. There we go, okay. Naked Chlorocythe. Okay, so he's gonna go ahead and take the knockout, which I'm okay with. I mean, yeah, we lose the energy, but it gets Dragonair out of the active. Alright, so we'll attach there. We'll attach there. Go ahead and Sycamore. Not quite as many energies as we'd like, but we'll still take it. Alright, then we will Dark Pulse for a bunch. 180, so we're 2 energies away from taking the one shot. But we're also in a spot where we have a handful of items now, which is never great. He's gonna get his board set up a little bit here, but he's still gonna have to take a couple whacks at the Darkrai in order to knock it out, so. So now that pretty much just means we're not going to be attaching to Darkrai. If we do get more energy, which we do. Because Soul Blade takes that knockout, so. One more energy gets us the one shot on everything. Because we're hitting for 200 at the moment. We still have access to N and Lysander as well. Okay, so yeah, I'll take that knockout. We'll pull up a Salamence. We need to find an energy. Nope, that's not exactly what we needed. Let's see, so we're heading for 60 there. Or 200 with Darkrai. I guess we just retreat and start pounding at him with Darkrai. We get the other dark energy. Let's see what we get here. So we get the... Okay, so that should put us in a pretty good spot. We're not overly worried about Mad Bull GX at the moment. Well, we don't have to worry about it at all, actually, because he's already used his GX attack for the game. Alright, so... let's see, what... we can hit him... for 130, then bring up the Darkrai and knock out. think that might not be a bad idea. Dragon Strike. He's gonna NS, which I'm okay with, because he's only drawing one card at that point. Alright. So I'm gonna put that there. Retreat into the Giratina. Chaos Will take this knockout. In. Which he can Soul Blade us, but unless it's a Lysander, but yeah. So we'll be able to take that one. And then we'll just Chaos Will for the knockout. That one got a little dicey. We had 3 energy prize, it looks like. Alright, let's see if we can get one more going. Right, Grass and Psychic, so we shall see. We are going first, so if it is Vileplume, at least we've got that going for us. Alright, we get the Darkrai stars. Okay, Sceptile, alright. That's interesting. We will take the Ultra Ball. Get rid of those two. Ooh. Both Dragonair and Dratini are prized, so. Yep. Let's see, actually we'll Shaman and the Salamence. Salamence could potentially come in pretty big here. We'll Shaman set up for 3. Get the other Ultra Ball. Get rid of those. We'll go ahead and we'll just get Darkrai. We'll just start loading up. Alright, well, Parallel City ourselves. Get rid of Hoopa and Shaman. Then we'll be a Seeker for the Inn. Alright. And we'll pass. Alright, we get a Forest. It's gonna end us. Get 2 max elixirs, which is really good. Okay, so we're not poisoned. Alright, so put this here. We're gonna start loading up. Actually, we'll just start loading up the other Darkrai. I'm not sure if this is Mega Salamence or not. We'll put the XP share over here. And I think we're just gonna have the Sycamore. I don't really want DDE, but alright, we get another max elixir. Go ahead and drop the other Darkrai. Drop the Dratini. Fighting Fury, but be active. And then we'll just Dark Pulse for 2, 4, 6, 8, 110. Okay. So, as long as he doesn't get an Ariados, we'll be alright. We'll draw 7 off the Birch. Okay, and we just get the scoop. Alright guys, well that was Turbo Darkrai. Or not Turbo Darkrai, excuse me. That was Darkrai Dragonair. So let me know what y'all think about the deck down below in the comments. And we will see y'all next time.